The news spread faster than Naomi could have ever imagined. Within a week, what happened at Chike's apartment had become the latest story in town. Whispers followed her everywhere she went. At church, in the neighborhood, even at the market. She caught him with her own friend, someone muttered as Naomi passed. Imagine, after all those years of courtship, another voice added. Each word felt like a dagger to her heart. The betrayal by Chike was one wound. The betrayal by Ada, her closest friend, was another. But now, the whispers and sideways glances from people she thought would comfort her cut even deeper. One afternoon, Naomi walked into church for choir rehearsal, her Bible tucked under her arm. She was the lead soprano and music had always been her refuge. But as soon as she entered, the chatter in the room grew quiet. Several members exchanged glances. Ada, now boldly attending with Chike by her side, was already seated in the front row. Naomi froze. The choir director cleared his throat. "Naomi, you are late." His tone was clipped and his eyes avoided hers. She nodded quietly and walked to the back, her heart pounding. As practice went on, her voice wavered. She could barely sing, her throat tightening with every note. Midway through rehearsal, she slipped out, unable to bear the tension any longer. Outside the church, she leaned against the wall, tears streaming down her face. "Lord," she whispered, "why do they look at me like I'm the one who sinned? Why do they treat me as if I'm guilty when I'm the one who was betrayed?" The silence of heaven felt deafening. The final blow came days later when Naomi tried to confide in two of her closest friends, Chioma and Blessing. They had shared secrets since secondary school, prayed together, and once promised never to leave each other's side. Sitting in a small cafe, Naomi poured her heart out, recounting the betrayal, her broken engagement, and the pain of losing Chike and Ada. When she finished, Chioma sighed and glanced at Blessing. "Naomi," Chioma said softly, "sometimes men change. Maybe you should have prayed harder. Maybe this is God's way of telling you Chike wasn't really yours." Blessing added, "And honestly, people are saying you are too focused on your dreams. Maybe he needed more attention." Naomi's mouth dropped open. You think this is my fault?" "We're not saying that," Blessing replied quickly. "But you know how society sees things. Maybe you could have done something differently." The words crushed Naomi more than she expected. She stared at her friends, realizing they weren't defending her, but subtly taking sides with the gossipers. Tears welled up in her eyes. "I thought you were my friends, but maybe I was wrong." She stood, gathered her bag, and walked out. Neither of them followed her. That night, Naomi sat alone in her room, the shadows pressing in around her. Her mother had noticed her silence, but Naomi couldn't bear to talk. It felt as though everyone she trusted had abandoned her. She opened her Bible, desperate for comfort. Her eyes fell on Psalm 27:10. "When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." She clutched the verse like a lifeline. Yet still, the questions burned. If God will take me up, then why do I feel so her? That night, Naomi sat alone in her room, the shadows pressing in around her. Her mother had noticed her silence, but Naomi couldn't bear to talk. It felt as though everyone she trusted had abandoned her. She opened her Bible, desperate for comfort. Her eyes fell on Psalm 27:10. "When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up." She clutched the verse like a lifeline. Yet still, the questions burned. If God will take me up, then why do I feel so alone? And in that moment, Naomi realized that the storm had only just begun.